Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. And today's video we have some amazing Ultra League battles by Bluearceus. Bluearceus is rocking a team with ARMOURED the MEWTWO and ARMOURED the MEWTWO, Polyrath, and Guzzlord. So this team is generally weak slightly to what's his face? Gallicipod. But the thing is, you have play against everything. As an example, we see a swap in Registeel. Wait, is this mod shot? Technically, Polyrath lives the zap cannon and they cannot lock down. And we see some skull damage. I mean, I honestly would debuff before I swap. Oh, sorry, not debuff, dynamic punch before I swap. But the thing is, they have a Tapu Fini. So technically, you want to get rid of the Polyrath. So that's a good play by Bluearceus. Opponent Registeel is down and you have to commit a shield because Registeel is just so broken that it beats its own counters in the zero shield. We see that. Wait, did the opponent shield? They didn't, right? Yeah, they didn't. Why they have no health? Well, the thing is, this is one of the things I want to talk about this Pokemon, and finally someone actually sent me battles. ARMOURED the MEWTWO is amazing at one thing: fast move pressure plus charge move pressure. That's two things actually. Where you dominate the neutral matchup, stuff like Tapu Fini, stuff like a Charizard, like a Dragonite. You're just gonna win because you have decent charge move pressure and decent fast move pressure. And we see here like a back-to-back Dragon Claw. And I may not agree with the timing, but it's not a big deal. I wouldn't shield here because technically you don't care in case this is a crunch as well. But also, if you shield, you're just gonna get a Dragon Claw, and which does enough damage. And here I would just dynamic punch for the BM. But yeah, their team didn't technically have an answer to ARMOURED the MEWTWO, and look how much ARMOURED the MEWTWO chipped the team with. ARMOURED the MEWTWO into Walling. This is a matchup that ARMOURED the MEWTWO won. So people ask me what's the best replacement for Deoxys defense. I said ARMOURED the MEWTWO, and then people were like, yeah, if we don't have DD, there is no way we have ARMOURED the MEWTWO. Well, technically, if I'm giving you a replacement, the replacement is going to be something that is decent as well. I'm not going to give you a replacement that is bad. Like, I'm not going to tell you, oh, use this cap. No. I agree with the play here: dynamic punch, then swap, then pass move them all the way down, because if they power up punch Scrafty, it can be a problematic. And here opponent actually calling that the Polyrath does not have dynamic punch, which is annoying, honestly. And now they just don't shield anything at this point. And at that point, I guess we're just gonna go for the confusion down. Because if we throw, we could have just done it after one, but it's not the end of the world. Icicle Speed does not do that much damage, and ARMOURED the MEWTWO is a tank. Like, it's a decent Pokemon. Look at that. They top left it. Probably they have something that to get destroyed by it. This matchup, Deoxys defense wins if they have Thunderbolt. Why Deoxys defense wins? Because technically Deoxys defense has a neutral charge move, while ARMOURED the MEWTWO does not. So we see the Thunderbolt comes in, and we cannot swap out because technically our backline loses to DD. So technically this team does not have a DD answer. Look how much damage that did. That did nothing. I like that we're trying to go for the extra. I don't know the plan though. So opponent were trying to catch a move, and this is actually going to end up giving Bluearceus a good play. See, sometimes like when you queue into someone that has a hard counter teams, like, don't just give up, okay? Look at this. This matchup was actually so bad, and the Deoxys defense is just extremely annoying to this team, right? But the thing is, opponent gave some hope to play this matchup. I wouldn't pay it there because in case that thing happened right there. And now we have a 1 HP Polyrath. Well, this skull is going to do enough damage to put them in side strike range, right? Well, that's technically still not side strike range, but we can just go Guzzlord and just wall this all the way, wall everything about this Pokemon. This is actually a nice play, not gonna lie. I like it. Guzzlord, just resist everything, okay? I wouldn't shield that either. And now we see a Greninja. So what's the play here? The play here is basically keep throwing Dragon Claws and then Dynamic Punch after. Opponent didn't shield, and the Hydro does not KO. Night Slash does nothing. So I think just fast move down all the way. You don't need to shield. And Guzzlord just wall everything about that. Opponent top left. Moving to the next one. We have a G-Fisk in the lead. So ARMOURED the MEWTWO wins the 0, I think, and the 1. Opponent throw on bad timing. So this is where like the ARMOURED the MEWTWO is actually gonna do some great damage. So 2 dynamic punches, KO. 1 doesn't do that much. Opponent shielding, and look how much the confusion already chipped them. That's lots of damage, and we see that the Armored MEWTWO is able of getting another dynamic punch, and now we stay in, so we don't lose alignment. Opponent has a Mandibuzz, and the Mandibuzz is gonna get clapped by Guzzlord. Guzzlord is good at one thing, which is destroying the other dark Pokemons. Why? It does some fast move pressure, it has some decent bulk, and it has a decent charge move pressure. Mandibuzz is actually putting lots of work, and maybe like the buffed Aerial Ace is carrying now. Well, both are bulky. Yo, this is so scuffed. Look at the look at the angle. What the heck is this, Niantic? I'm supposed to see Guzzlord throwing, not Mandibuzz's bald head. Has it always been like that? Okay, now they swap into G-Fisk, and we see Deoxys defense. Their team is so bulky. This team is also so bulky, and I have some Facebook notification. 1 second, let me close it. Okay, we close the notification, and then now we're back to the battles. This matchup is pretty horrible now. Well, technically, I mean, Poliwrath get the debuff, so it's in a much better situation. I would have shielded that, honestly, because now we're just gonna shield triple debuffed moves, okay? So we would have had more health. So now what's the play? You keep farming, then keep farming. And then tell what? And then you try to catch. Well, they ended up catching. This game is technically doomed, I think. Unless we're able to Dragon Claw all the Dragon Tail all the way down, but that's not happening. And we see... wait, don't they have a DD left? Yeah, they have a DD left. We needed to shield the move. Ampharos. I actually don't know who wins this matchup, but remember that Ampharos has Brutal Swing. Also, Ampharos Outpace. The thing is, the MEWTWO is bulkier. So technically, you need to throw this as soon as possible because they are about to get to 2 Brutal Swings. And if 2 Brutal Swing almost KO Giratina, well, it has to be Shadow. And we see an amazing catch here. If this is a Brutal Swing, I think... this is actually the best play. Why? Oh my, it could... because technically you cannot save swap Guzzlord. If you save swap Guzzlord and you get a Tapu Fini to the face, you're technically doomed. Like, you have no play. While like Poliwrath has counter, which is... even if it resists, it still does lots of damage. Opponent throwing Scald as well. Everyone is scalding each other's. Now, let's see who's gonna get a debuff. I would have banked this move and catch. Well... guess who's doing that as well? Bluearceus is going for the catch, living with 1 HP, throwing the Side Strike. This should be enough damage to take out the Tentacruel. Now, guess what's happening? They have Jellicent. You know what we have? We have Guzzlord, Dark Dragon Pokemon that walls everything about Jellicent. Nowhere is Jellicent running Ice Beam, right? They have Surf because they need Surf and Shadow Ball. And now we see Bluearceus using the Guzzlord to take down these Jellicents all the way. Did we get the debuff? I am not sure. I wasn't paying attention to the debuff. Opponent is swapping here. This is sus, but also you have to respect that because they had so much energy. And we see a Dragon Tail all the way down. Guzzlord giving us the win. Moving to the next game. Tapu Fini into Armored MEWTWO. Opponent is swapping to the Dark Pokemon. And we see Guzzlord chipping. Opponent throwing on bad timing, which is giving Guzzlord... this is funny. Why whenever people use Guzzlord, we get like a very weird angle to the battle. Look at this. This is like the right back angle, and I've never seen such an angle like this. Is it only with Guzzlord? See? Usually like we sit here, like the camera will be here on the thing. Okay, moving on. As I said, Guzzlord destroy all the dark Pokemons except Scrafty, because Scrafty is just unique of a Pokemon. And now, straight a Crunch. Get the debuff. We get the debuff. Okay, so now this Crunch is going to be slightly neutral because of the debuff. And we see some chip damage. Opponent is going for the full farm down, which is actually the correct play. Now we go back to Armored MEWTWO. They have a Steelix. Guess what, Steelix? We have a Poliwrath. I wouldn't shield the first one. It's a Psychic Fang. Who runs Psychic Fang? Where's Breaking Swipes? This is the only situation where it's actually going to pay off. Okay, we see another Psychic Fang, and we see first Ice Punch. I like this bait, to be honest. I don't know about the timing there. Maybe because they were thinking that they died to the next dragon tail, which they didn't. Now all we need to do is just getting to one dynamic punch and a size strike. Opponent is flexing with the moveset. Yo, dynamic punch it, trainer. Or maybe they need the that's still KO'd. Okay, and we get a 2-shield flex. Isn't that amazing, guys? Now everyone's gonna be like, what's a good replacement for Armored the MEWTWO? Every time I post a Great League team, like all the comments has been, oh, what's a good replacement for Licky? I'm like, the Excel system has been around for like almost 3 years. And Lickitung has been featured in many events. Hopefully they bring it back in some event. Because I think usually Niantic during Go Battle Day put some Lickitungs back in the rewards. So hopefully you guys who don't have Lickitung will be able to do that. In the meantime, we can feature a Pokemon that you guys also don't have. Well, it's not intentional. This is the battles I get. And this channel doesn't have DD. They have Armored MEWTWO. Armored MEWTWO has the advantage of not being XL. So it's not that big of an investment. We see a Virizion here. And this is where we want to see the Virizion. Okay. Yes, Virizion can throw Leaf Blades. We don't need to shield this technically. But we have also Ice Punch and Counter. And Counter is like a superior move to double kick, but double kick generates lots of energy as well, which is something to be aware of. Okay, we see an amazing catch on Bluearceus here, and it's gonna be a Leaf Blade. It is actually a Leaf Blade, and they have a Charizard. Guzzlord is low-key the best dragon in one situation. Sorry, in one situation, which is beating the Shadow Charizard. But the Dragonite struggle to beat Shadow Charizard. Giratina doesn't want to see the Shadow Charizard, but Guzzlord doesn't care about Charizard. Okay, and we see, dude, this is so annoying to look at. Why, when Guzzlord throw, they give us an angle like the back of the opponent's Pokemon? Okay, Armored MEWTWO into Deoxys defense. We saw it with this lead, and it's a heavy preferred for the Deoxys defense because Deoxys defense has a neutral matchup while Armored MEWTWO does not have a neutral matchup. They have. I don't agree with this swap technically, but I know that we don't have another option. So back to the weird angle. Niantic, fix this, please. It's not even fun to look at. I wouldn't shield. Technically, if we live a Focus Blast, that would be the dream. But we see like some... I mean, since you get the debuff, so it's not a bad shield, right? But the thing is, Reggie is still going to be able to get to another Focus Blast, if not another 2 Focus Blast. Okay, we see a Focus Blast there, and I would bait here just because I'm greedy at this point. And if I was the opponent, I would not shield because I'm greedy as well on both sides. And we see a shield from the opponent. So what's the play now? Well, he gets both shields, and now he's swapping to Armored MEWTWO and sniping it with a Side Strike. That was a decent play, let's be honest. Opponent brought Greninja. Okay, someone doesn't know the moveset, and it's gonna be landed. It's gonna be landed. That didn't KO technically. So, Night Slash does not KO as well. Why? Because Armored MEWTWO is a freak, not just a tank. Opponent is trying to catch back on Deoxys defense. Everyone is catching everyone's moveset here. Now, how are we going to beat this? Well, technically our Guzzlord is so freaking healthy. Well, they have Rock Slide, so all we need to do, get to 1 Crunch. Okay, now it's going to be a race to the charge move. Because at this point, they don't have any energy. So now, okay, we see Poliwrath going. And they are at 5. This is supposed to be a Psycho Boost. I wouldn't throw there technically because they will swap out and I would rather hold on the energy. But the game is already the GG because of like the 2 good catches and sniping the Registeel. At that point, the game was just doomed. We see a nice 5-0, 4-0. Wait, that was the end of the battles? Well, technically, we've been live for 15 minutes. I actually didn't pay attention because I was enjoying these battles because last time I saw Armored MEWTWO battling was like actually 2 years ago. Back in Season 4 because Season 3 technically when they first introduced Armored MEWTWO. And it was the only time that we get Armored MEWTWO on raids. Hopefully they bring it back because if you have a good IV traded Armored MEWTWO, you pick up like more wins. And yeah, thank you so much Bluearceus for sending me these battles, and hope you guys enjoyed this content, and hope you guys have an Armored MEWTWO in case you want to run this team. This is the end of the video, and see you in the next one. And before we go, if you want to to get your battles featured in this channel, make sure to check the link down below. Go Battle League submission. Also shoot me a message on Discord if you submitted. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Peace.